Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time where everyone feels the need to broadcast their every move, every thought, every struggle, and every dream. Social media has conditioned us to believe that if it's not shared, it didn't happen. But let me tell you something. Not everything about you was meant to be shared. Not every dream, not every goal, not every struggle should be laid bare for the world to see. Some of you are wondering why your energy feels drained, why your confidence feels shaken, why your dreams suddenly feel smaller after you share them. It's because when you share too much with the wrong people, you invite their doubts, their fears, their insecurities into your life. And before you know it, what was once burning bright in your heart gets watered down by someone else's disbelief. Your vision is sacred. Your dreams are like seeds. And if you expose a seed too early before it's had the chance to take root, it dies. The same goes for your vision. When you talk too soon, when you share with people who can't see what you see, you run the risk of killing the very thing you're trying to grow. Protect your vision until it's strong enough to stand on its own. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should isolate yourself or walk this journey alone. No. What I'm saying is you must learn the power of discernment. Not everyone who smiles at you wants the best for you. Not everyone who listens to you deserves to know your heart. Trust is earned. Wisdom is knowing who to let in and who to keep at a distance. There is strength in silence. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is to keep people guessing. When you share less, you give others less to attack. When you hold your peace, you give yourself more room to grow. Silence is not weakness. It is strategy. It is protection. It is focus. Think about it. Some of the greatest victories in your life didn't need an announcement. They needed action. People don't need to hear your plan. They need to see your results. When you let your success speak, you don't have to waste energy convincing anyone. Your life becomes the proof. Ladies and gentlemen, you owe it to yourself to be wise with what you reveal. Stop handing out your energy like it's free. Stop pouring your heart into ears that cannot hold your vision. Some people cannot handle your greatness, so don't give them the chance to diminish it. Guard your dream, protect your peace, and remember, your destiny is too important to be left in the hands of those who don't understand it. So, the next time you feel tempted to share everything about you, pause. Ask yourself, does this person deserve access to my heart? Will sharing this build me up or tear me down? And if the answer doesn't serve your growth, keep it to yourself. Because sometimes the best way to move forward is in silence, working, building, and becoming, until the world has no choice but to notice. Ladies and gentlemen, not everyone deserves access to your deepest thoughts and dreams. Too many of us make the mistake of opening our hearts to people who don't have the capacity to hold what we give them. You share your biggest dream, the thing that keeps you awake at night, the vision that excites you, and you place it in the hands of someone who doesn't see what you see. And instead of watering it, instead of encouraging it, they step on it. They laugh at it. They tell you, that's impossible. Who do you think you are? And just like that, a piece of your fire goes out. You see, your dreams are delicate when they're young. They are like seeds planted in the soil of your heart. When a seed is planted, you don't dig it up every day to show people. You don't pull it out of the ground to prove it's growing. No, you cover it, you protect it, you water it, and you let time do its work. Some of you have been killing your own dreams by exposing them too soon to people who can't appreciate them. And here's the truth. People will always speak from their level of belief. If someone doesn't believe in themselves, how do you expect them to believe in you? If they gave up on their dream 10 years ago, how can they encourage you to chase yours today? You can't expect support from those who have surrendered to fear. That's why discernment is critical. You must choose carefully who gets access to your vision. Not everyone deserves a seat at your table. There are dream killers out there. Sometimes they come disguised as friends, co-workers, or even family members. And they're not always malicious. Some of them love you, but their love is rooted in fear. They'll say, I just don't want to see you get hurt. I just don't want to see you fail. But what they're really saying is, I can't see it for myself, so I can't see it for you. That's why you can't share everything with everyone. Some people don't mean you harm, but they don't mean you good either. They simply can't carry what you're carrying. Now let's talk about this. Protecting your vision protects your energy. Because every time you share your vision with the wrong person, you are draining yourself. You're wasting energy trying to explain, trying to convince, trying to defend what God has already placed in your spirit. You don't need to explain your dream to everyone. You don't need to convince anyone of your worth. When you protect your vision, you protect your focus. Energy is precious. Every day you wake up with a limited amount of it. And if you spend it battling other people's doubts, you'll have nothing left for building your dream. How many times have you felt discouraged? Not because you failed, but because you shared your vision with the wrong person and absorbed their negativity. You walked away second, guessing yourself. Not because you didn't believe in your dream, but because you let their voice drown out your own. Protecting your vision is about conserving your fire. It's about keeping your energy aligned with people who fan your flames, not those who try to put them out. There are people who will hear your dream and say, "That's powerful. Go for it. I believe in you." And then there are people who will roll their eyes, laugh, or dismiss you. The second group doesn't deserve access to your energy. When you protect your vision, you create space for it to grow. You create an environment where you can nurture it without the noise of doubt. Just like a mother carries a child in her womb, protected, hidden, nurtured until it's ready. Your vision also needs that protection. It needs time to develop, to gain strength, to take shape. Because once it's strong enough, once it's visible to the world, nobody can deny it. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to walk in clarity and strength, stop giving your vision away too cheaply. Stop inviting people who don't see your worth to have a say in your destiny. Protect your vision like it's treasure, because it is. And the more you protect it, the more energy you'll have to build it, the more confidence you'll carry, and the more unstoppable you'll become. Trust must be earned, not freely given. One of the greatest mistakes people make is assuming everyone deserves to know their story, their secrets, or their struggles just because they asked, just because they are close, or just because they smile in your face. But the truth is, trust is not a gift, it's a privilege. And privileges must be earned through consistency, integrity, and loyalty. Think about it. You don't hand the keys to your home to every person you meet. You don't let strangers drive your car or carry your wallet. Yet, too many people hand out the keys to their heart, their dreams, and their vision without even thinking. They allow people with no track record of support, no history of encouragement, and no foundation of respect to hold what is most valuable to them. That's why so many end up disappointed, betrayed, or drained, because they gave their trust away too cheaply. Real trust is proven in actions, not in words. Anyone can say, "You can count on me," but time will reveal whether they mean it. Some people will disappear the moment things get tough. Some will celebrate you only when you're on top, but vanish when you're in the valley. Trust is built by those who show up consistently, those who encourage you in private, who defend you in your absence, who hold your secrets as if they were their own. The truth is, not everyone has the character to handle what you share. Some people will use your vulnerability against you. Some will smile in your face but repeat your words behind your back. That's why you must stop thinking that honesty means transparency with everyone. Honesty means being true to yourself. Transparency means being wise enough to know who deserves access. Trust must be tested. Just like you test a bridge before driving across it, you must test people before giving them access to your inner world. Watch how they handle the small things. Watch how they respond when you share something minor. Do they keep it confidential, or do they spread it around? Do they encourage you, or do they dismiss you? If they fail the small tests, why would you entrust them with the big things? Now, here's the next truth. Your destiny requires discernment in what you reveal and to whom. Every dream, every plan, every goal cannot be shared with everybody, because not everybody can handle it. Some people will only see the limitations. Some will try to talk you out of it because your vision threatens their comfort. Others will try to copy it, dilute it, or sabotage it. That's why discernment is vital. Discernment is the ability to see beyond what's obvious. It's knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to open up and when to hold back. Your destiny is too important to be exposed to the wrong voices. Imagine a surgeon preparing for a delicate operation. They don't invite the whole world into the operating room. They only allow a select team of skilled, trusted professionals who are trained to assist. Why? Because too many hands, too much noise, too many distractions could cost a life. In the same way, your vision is delicate. If you let too many voices in, if you expose it to people who don't belong, you risk losing what you're building. Discernment is also about timing. Sometimes the vision is real, but it's not yet ready to be shared. You must learn to carry it in silence, to nurture it privately. until it's strong enough to withstand the scrutiny of others. When the time is right, your results will speak louder than your explanations. People won't need to hear you talk about it. They'll see the evidence in your life. The greatest builders, the greatest leaders, the greatest innovators knew the power of keeping certain things quiet until the right moment. They didn't share every idea, every strategy, every plan with the masses. They shared selectively with wisdom, with discernment. That's why their visions thrive. Your destiny will require you to walk with wisdom, to protect what's sacred, to understand that not every ear deserves your words, not every heart deserves your trust, and not every hand deserves to hold your dream. If you can master this, earning trust slowly, giving it carefully, and sharing your destiny with discernment, you will save yourself years of unnecessary pain, wasted energy, and lost opportunities. And more importantly, you will give your dream the protection it needs to grow into everything it was meant to be. Privacy is not secrecy. Privacy is power. There's a big difference between hiding something because you're ashamed of it and protecting something because it's sacred. Too many people confuse the two. They think if you don't share everything, you must be hiding something. But the truth is, you don't owe everybody an explanation, and you don't have to justify what you choose to keep to yourself. When you understand the value of privacy, you begin to treat your life like a vault. A vault doesn't open for everyone who knocks. It opens only for the one who has the right combination. Your thoughts, your dreams, your personal battles, these are treasures. Not everyone is qualified to handle them, and not everyone deserves to have access to them. The more you allow unqualified people into your private world, the more you expose yourself to unnecessary judgment, comparison, and discouragement. Privacy gives you the space to grow without interference. It allows you to make mistakes, learn, and adjust without a chorus of voices criticizing your every move. Imagine planting a seed. In its earliest stages, it needs soil, water, and protection. If you dig it up every day to show people how it's growing, you'll kill it before it has a chance to bloom. The same is true with your goals. If you expose them too soon, you rob them of the chance to develop. Privacy is not about hiding, it's about nurturing. Some people will never understand your journey, and that's okay. Some will misinterpret your decisions, and that's okay too. When you value your privacy, you stop wasting energy trying to make everyone else understand. You stop living for validation and start living for purpose. And here's the beauty of it: when you protect your process, your results will speak louder than any words ever could. The fruit of your labor will silence every doubter, every critic, every skeptic. Now let's talk about protecting your energy. Your energy is your most precious currency. Once it's spent, you can't get it back. Every conversation, every interaction, every time you overshare with the wrong person, you're making an investment of your energy. And not all investments bring returns. Some drain you. Some distract you. Some leave you feeling empty, used, or discouraged. That's why you must guard your energy the way a warrior guards their weapon. There are people who thrive off knowing your business, not because they care, but because it gives them something to talk about. They feed off your openness and leave you depleted. Protecting your energy means recognizing those people and refusing to give them access. It means choosing silence over unnecessary explanation, distance over constant defense, and peace over chaos. Protecting your energy also means setting boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep people out. They are filters to keep the right people in. When you don't set boundaries, people will take as much as you allow. They will drain your time, your focus, and your strength until you have nothing left for yourself. But when you set boundaries, you're declaring, my peace matters. My purpose matters. My energy matters. And the people who truly value you will respect that. Sometimes protecting your energy means saying no. No to conversations that don't serve you. No to people who only want gossip, not growth. No to environments that drain you instead of inspire you. Saying no is not selfish, it's survival. Because every time you say no to what doesn't serve you, you're saying yes to your clarity, yes to your peace, and yes to your growth. Privacy and protecting your energy go hand in hand. One gives you space to grow, the other preserves the strength you need to grow. Without privacy, your vision gets contaminated. Without protecting your energy, your spirit gets depleted. But when you honor both, you create the perfect environment for transformation. So don't apologize for being private. Don't apologize for setting boundaries. Don't apologize for protecting your energy. Your future depends on it. Your peace depends on it. And your purpose requires it. Walk in wisdom, walk in strength, and understand that your silence, your privacy, and your energy are not weaknesses. They are your greatest assets. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, this entire message is about one thing: protecting the treasure of who you are. Not everyone deserves access to your heart. Not everyone deserves the keys to your vision. And not everyone has earned the right to hear your story. When you understand that, you stop bleeding in front of people who only came to watch. And you start reserving your strength for those who truly matter. You've learned that silence can be wisdom, that privacy is power, that trust must be earned, that your destiny requires discernment, that your energy is precious, and that not every relationship deserves the gift of your transparency. When you apply these truths, you stop living as a victim of gossip, betrayal, and wasted energy, and you start living as the guardian of your purpose, your peace, and your potential. The reality is this: people will talk, people will speculate, people will misunderstand. But none of that can stop you if you learn to stand firm in your boundaries and secure in your vision. Your life is not for public consumption. Your dream is not for casual conversation. And your growth is not up for debate. So walk out of here today with courage. Protect what's sacred. Keep what's private. Guard your energy. Share only with those who have proven worthy. Because when you do, you won't just survive, you'll thrive. You won't just grow, you'll flourish. And you'll discover that your greatest strength has always been in knowing when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to rise above. Your story is still being written, and the pen is in your hand. Protect it, honor it, love it with wisdom, and the world will see the greatness in you, whether you tell them everything or not.